Hey there everybody, this is PotterBrony, and welcome to another blind reaction of Death Battle. This time we have Quicksilver versus the Flash. Okay, to get into it a bit, I'm not all too familiar with Quicksilver or the just basic knowledge of Quicksilver. He's a mutant or an enhanced, depending on the telling, I suppose. A mutant or an enhanced human, son of Magneto or not, I'm not entirely sure. Again, depending on the telling, and depending on, I guess, who owns the rights to that particular telling. And he is really freaking fast. As for the Flash, more familiar with his backstory and everything. Not going to go into it too much in this intro, just going to start watching, but yeah, he's incredibly fast. I think the Flash may be faster. I don't know exactly what their top speeds are for either one of them, to be fair. But Flash has access to the Speed Force, like a force of nature, just like gravity, but almost conscious, I believe, and he's attached to it, and he gains his power from it. So his power could almost be mystical, or well, not mystical, but you know, his power could be like a force of nature itself. So I'm not sure how much of a chance Quicksilver stands against him. Unless he's just as fast. I couldn't tell you what exactly his thing is, but yeah, I've been rambling a bit. So before I get into the fight, I'm just gonna call it. I'm rooting for Flash. I'm calling it in Flash's favor, unless my opinion has changed due to the analysis portion of the death battle. But I'll get to that as usual. Alright, so let's just get it started, get the actual death battle started here. And starting it in 3, 2, 1, and go.
This episode of Death Battle is brought to you by Warcraft, from Legendary Pictures and Universal Pictures, and based on Blizzard Entertainment's worldwide phenomenon.
Two heroes are set on a collision course that will decide the fate of their family.
Looks like an interesting movie. I'll grant that.
A spectacular saga of power and sacrifice in which war has many faces, and everyone has
very weary of video game movies.
Warcraft
So
comes to theaters
movies based on a video game. There's only one that I ever actually really liked, and that was Final Fantasy VII.
Tickets are now available
Advent Children.
And I better see you there.
Every other one that I've seen has been a bit of a disappointment. So we'll see what the reviews say on that one. Alright, moving on.
And then we ran. And ever since that moment, we've been pushing speed to its very limit. Or in this case, past the point of absurdity.
The Flash, DC Comics Scarlet Speedster.
And Quicksilver, Marvel's fast-talking Avenger.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Going old school with the death battle
From Wonder Woman to
graphics.
Superman, there is no shortage of DC heroes capable of achieving superhuman feats. But only one is truly synonymous with speed itself.
The Flash. Ah!
But before he became the Flash, he was only known as Barry Allen.
Like many superheroes, Barry's lacking in the whole living parent department.
One day, after returning home, he discovered his mother had been murdered.
He's afraid of roller coasters?
And his father had been wrongly convicted of the crime.
Knowing Dad was innocent, Barry vowed to clear him of the crime and became a forensic scientist for the Central City Police. But dear old Dad died before Barry could set him free.
Racked with grief,
again, I suppose that
Barry's
is based on the
to
telling.
find his mother's real killer.
And on one fateful night when he was doing some
spoilers to the actual Flash show, his dad has been set
and then
free
fell into some
a
chemical.
while back, so...
Now, normally, this would be incredibly fatal. But since this is comic books, Alan was imbued with the power to move his body at incredible speeds and became the Flash.
You're gonna drive that truck into the ground, aren't you?
You're probably thinking, okay, cool, he's like fast enough to run across water now, but there's a whole slew of other benefits that come with his new power. like accelerated healing, enhanced strength, the ability to absorb kinetic energy from others, a brain that works faster than a supercomputer, and the ability to
all useful stuff.
To do any of this, Flash draws his power from the Speed Force, an extra-dimensional energy source which, when synced with the living being's bioelectric field, amplifies and distorts their perception and placement in individual time versus time outside their own field.
Alright.
What?
In layman's terms, it's kind of like the Force in Star Wars, but instead of Jedi tapping into its power, it's comic book speedsters.
I see.
Think of it as its own dimension that the Flash can use as a power source and also enter on his own whim. Plus, it's pretty handy for getting the Flash out of jams when an author writes him into a corner.
Sure. Also, while other speedsters like
sense.
Max Mercury and Wally West use the Speed Force, Barry is actually the one who generates
He can run on
and
clouds.
boy, can he do some ridiculous stuff.
When push comes to shove, he can easily break the speed of light, over 670 million miles per hour.
Shit.
He once rescued everyone from a collapsing apartment building, then used the public library to learn everything he needed to rebuild the whole place. And then he did it, all before the cops showed up. Oh, and he can run on clouds.
Apparently, he does this by vibrating his feet in such a way that the ice crystals within the clouds are collected underneath him to provide footholds, which is an affront to science.
Speed Force, whiz.
Anyway, his
Magic.
brain is fast enough to perceive events in less than an attosecond. He once called the Justice League supercomputer slow, which, by the way, process at 100,000 trillion calculations a second.
The Speed Force also absorbs damage like a shield, because at this point, what can it do? Make waffles? Probably. He was once blown up by enough grenades to send him flying into a tree, breaking it in half.
To snap a tree like that requires at least 70,000 pounds of force.
Ouch! But he was up and
So you
running
can take a
around in no
hit.
time thanks to Speed Force healing.
Right, like the time he got stabbed through the leg, but minutes later stood up and ran fast enough to outrace a nuclear blast and break the time barrier. Yes, I said time barrier.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the phrase New 52?
Flashpoint Paradox,
DC released
amazing
the
stuff.
whole
I
universe
love
and
that
everyone's
movie.
backstories? Yeah, Flash did that. All of it. Batman's dad told him to.
You'd think time travel would be an awesome skill to have, but not really in Flash's case. While well-intentioned, his hot-headed time-hopping adventures usually end up making things worse.
Like when he tried to save his mom's life and ended up ruining the entire universe instead.
Break the sound barrier and there's
Yeah.
a sonic boom. You broke the time barrier, Flash. Time boom. Ripples of distortion radiated out through that point of impact, shifting everything just a tiny bit, but enough.
Also, it is possible for others to disrupt Flash's connection to the Speed Force, making him lose his abilities.
But with fast healing, time travel, extra-dimensional power, he's done a lot for a guy who can run really fast.
All right.
Amazing man once said,
Now,
to achieve
Silver-
great things, one must sacrifice stability and push
shit, I'm
one's
sorry.
best sanity. And few people
Quicksilver.
embody those words better than Quicksilver.
Right.
Wait, who said that quote?
I did last week when I got my sweet new dune buggy and jumped that lake.
No, you just said, hold right here, and drove it straight into the water.
Just come on, stay on topic. Quicksilver goes fast.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess your fake quote kind of applies because Quicksilver's life has been anything but stable. I mean, his origin story is absolutely
Magneto isn't his father?
convoluted. I guess that's what happens when competing movie studios both inadvertently own the rights to the same character.
Alright, so
Yeah, don't
what?
worry, I got it. Basically, Quicksilver
What's
and
the
his twin
original
sister, the Scarlet
origin?
Witch, were born Pietro and Wanda
Is
to
this
a
it?
pair of gypsies named Django and Maria Maximoff.
whatever,
But as
I'm just gonna-
babies, they were kidnapped by a guy they call the High Evolutionary. He experimented on the two children and then returned them to their parents. Only now
So
they
they
had
were
super cool
enhanced?
powers. But Pietro
Or
and
turned
Wanda
into
were later
mutants?
tricked into believing that they were the mutant children of Magneto, abandoned by their mother and handed off to gypsies by a cow lady midwife.
What the hell?
You know, it doesn't even matter. They're the kids of gypsies and they have super cool powers.
Well, with all the instability in his personal life, it's no wonder Pietro Maximoff has been known to bounce from alliance to alliance. Like when Magneto saved him.
Whatever, that's just way too much. They were really convoluted.
Where Magneto gave him his sleek costume and his new name, Quicksilver.
But when Magneto got his ass kicked, Quicksilver joined the Avengers. Because what's loyalty when you can't even keep track of who your dad is? I wish I at least knew where my dad was, though.
Probably as far away as possible. Well, one benefit in all this hopping back and forth across the line in the sand is that Quicksilver's had training and experience from both sides of the spectrum. From the likes of Captain America.
I can imagine that'd be a plus.
But really, when you're fast enough to disappear in the blink of an eye, who wouldn't want you on their team? After all, Quicksilver is all about speed. He can heal fast, think fast, learn fast, and of course run around really freaking fast.
He can run around an opponent so fast he forms a tornado, sucking away the oxygen and suffocating them.
He can easily run on water and maintain speeds of more than 700 miles per hour for extremely long periods of time. And if things are looking serious, he can crank it up even further and become fast enough to outrun a radio wave.
Radio waves are a kind of electromagnetic radiation, and thus travel the same speed as light, meaning Quicksilver can run well over 670 million miles per hour.
So they could both run faster than the speed of light.
Every morning, Quicksilver has survived some pretty terrifying things.
Yeah, hey. He has taken a hit from some of Marvel's strongest heroes, including Hercules, the god of strength himself.
He doesn't even flinch at the destructive shockwaves made by his own speed. And one time, he ran up a mountain so fast, he accidentally launched himself into an airplane and fell 39,000 feet down into the ocean. And survived! Man, that's crazy to think about.
Speaking of thinking, his brain can process and retain information so quickly that he memorized Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata by ear and could play it himself in just about a minute. A feat which takes an average person years to perfect.
Despite having a taste for calming and refined music, he's incredibly impatient and has been known to lash out in anger and annoyance.
Why does that sound familiar?
He never struck me as the most...
Before I shut it for you!
I rest my case.
You know, anytime I've seen Quicksilver, he's never struck me as the most intelligent.
Without thinking things through.
But I guess if...
Case? I'll rest your case!
Alright, just don't jump on that.
Enough.
I hurt my balls! Just finish the rundown!
Well, despite his brashness, Quicksilver is a tragedy-hardened speed freak who I wouldn't cross for even a second.
Oh, I get it. You're supposed to stop me. Go ahead, try.
Yeah, not gonna work out.
Next time, try a little harder.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death
and pause. Okay. All right, so just gonna get into it and see and talk about this first time before getting into the actual fight. I still think the Flash is gonna take it. Mainly because despite everything, despite how evenly matched they seem to be, the Flash can do some stuff that Quicksilver they didn't talk about. Is like, I know there may be some other hidden stuff that they didn't actually discuss in the analysis portion, but going off of everything that I saw here, fast enough to rip the fabric of time itself. Yeah, they didn't mention Quicksilver doing anything close to that. Being able to harness and throw lightning because of his attachment to the Speed Force. Yeah, Quicksilver's just fast. He doesn't have those types of abilities as far as I was able to tell. Quicksilver is very, very fast, and he's a highly trained fighter, but then so is the Flash. I mean, the Flash has had to have had training somewhere, and he has had a long career, so after all, these characters in their primes. So I really do think that the Flash is going to take this one. If only because of this interdimensional energy source that seems to fuel him. And with Quicksilver, it's just Quicksilver. But yeah, he isn't Magneto's son. I mean, what's the deal there? He's like, fuck it, that's just way too much going on, way too much backstory for him. And I guess really, yeah, they really can just have a different backstory for each of these characters that they want. It's like, he's in Avengers, and he's enhanced son of two people that are, one of which is not Magneto. Days of Future Past, he was Magneto's son. Whatever, enough talking, on with the fight. Alright, restarting the battle in 3, 2, 1, and go. Just hit that fucking guy, Cap. What the fuck, man?
Miss, I'm coming up there.
Yeah, back up and fall off. That's...
No!
So they're gonna fight about who gets to save her? Is that what's going on? Oh, they totally are, aren't they?
I got her! Wait, who the hell are you? You trying to steal my spotlight?
Seriously? You've been living under a rock? I'm the Flash, all-star hero, fastest man alive.
Fastest? Bullshit, that's me. Let's race to Japan.
Yeah, I got time.
What the heck? I got time.
Okay, on the count of 3.
The Flash's eyes are changing from blue to green. Back and forth. I saw one shot where it was one of each.
I got another one for you.
Sorry, that's just...
So that's how we're gonna do this, huh?
Yeah, they are gonna fight to see who gets to save that girl. And she's falling this entire time.
Catch you later. What a loser.
Hey, man! Did you miss me?
Yeah, not that hard to lose. Not that easy to lose him. I'm taking the long way. Cause fuck straight lines. They gotta dick around a little bit first.
Too slow.
So they must be going at speeds that if any normal human were watching probably just wouldn't even see a damn thing. If not get ripped apart by the Force. But whatever.
How's it feel to lose, chump?
Let's turn this around.
What?
Oh, crap.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
God damn it!
Yeah, at the speed that he was going, those birds are probably dead too.
Alright, Flash, so you're fast. But I'm stronger and smarter.
Prove it, tough guy. Okay, this is getting dumb.
Flash? The hell? What's going on?
You're in the Speed
Brought him
Force.
into the Speed Force.
My-
Yeah, you're fucked.
I'm sure you feel it. The raw energy coursing all around you. This is the source of my power. And here, I am king!
Fuck, even Quicksilver doesn't see him coming. Yeah.
Ew. Well, at least you beat me here. Bye.
Called it.
KO!
Flash fact: sharp things hurt.
As fast as Quicksilver
he saved
is,
her.
the Flash is just much, much faster.
Quicksilver clearing the speed of light is great and all, but the Flash has gone 10 times that.
Which would put him at more than 6 billion miles per hour.
Plus, Barry can pull
Goddamn.
into the Speed Force and fight them there, giving him a home field advantage.
In addition, the Flash's brain can process events in less than an attisecond. And in case you're wondering, 12 attiseconds is the shortest period of time humanity has ever been able to measure. This means that while Quicksilver's Beethoven feat proved he can think over 500,000 times faster than an ordinary person, the Flash can think many trillion times faster. He had plenty of time to predict every perceivable action Quicksilver may have taken.
Yeah, he far outclassed
the
him.
upper hand in formal combat training, but when you're fighting someone who can move, think, and act way faster than you, there's not really much you can do. You could say this battle was over in a flash.
The winner is the Flash.
Yeah.
Next time on Death Battle.
Alright, who's next?
Across this nation, the words
Joker?
Gotham City
Nice.
are synonymous with crime.
Who is the Joker gonna fight?
Get a load of me.
Who would be considered his match? That's... Fuck, I can't... I'm trying to think of it. I can't think of anything.
I'm Ben, I play Wiz.
Not off the top of my head like that.
We've got the Joker, but who's he gonna be fighting? You can find out by sticking to our social media. That's @ScrewAttack on Twitter and Official SA on Facebook.
Yep, and if you want to watch the episode early, remember sponsors get to watch Death Battle and all of our content early. So, click the link in the description below, you can find out more about it, and you can even sign up for a 30-day free trial.
Meanwhile, be sure to watch the other things that we put out on the interwebs, like Mulan and the math we did to find out her typhoon strengthness, or whatever the heck is over here, or you can click on us to watch more Death Battle.
Or even down below and get some sweet merchandise, like this kind of funny shirt. But really buy our merch.
It's a nice shirt.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Who's the Joker gonna fight? That's a good question. Either gonna be somebody who is his exact opposite, or somebody who is just as crazy and wild and intelligent as he is. Yeah, I honestly can't think of anybody off the top of my head. That's going to be an interesting one, though. Looking forward to seeing who he's going to be fighting, and looking forward to that fight later on. Okay, so the Flash vs. Quicksilver went about as how I thought it would go. I did think the Flash was going to win that one, and hey, I was right. I did not know, though, that he was that fucking fast. And yeah, in every respect, aside from actual training, he completely outclassed him, and yeah, I'm happy with that analysis and that fight. And the fact that they were fighting while a woman was falling to her death, Flash saved her. It's like, but they were fighting over the chance to see who would be able to save her. It's kind of messed up, but I was like, yeah, I got time. Alright, so I want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'm just going to end this one here. Until next time, take care. Bye.